Hello, my loves. Hello, everyone. I'm back. It's your divine Cancerian goddess here with you, and I am back with another video here on this lovely channel. I would like to give a very special thank you and a very special shout out to all my new subscribers. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. To all my previous subscribers, thank you for sticking with me through this journey. I really appreciate you guys. Every single like, share, comment, subscription is greatly appreciated. I love you guys. So, first and foremost, happy birthday to all of my Scorpios. If you were born between October 23rd and November 21st, congratulations, you are a Scorpio. And we're going to be talking all about you today because there's a lot to cover. Because you Scorpios got a lot going on. That's why I got this glass of wine to help me. To help me get through this good old video. So, my Scorpios, we are going to be talking about the Scorpio in the house of intimacy, okay? And if you don't know what the house of intimacy is, the house of intimacy is your 8th house, okay? If you really want to know the deep, dark, nitty-gritty about somebody, check out their 8th house, okay? So I have a few notes here because Scorpios got a lot going on. You Scorpios got a lot going on. So let me make sure all my thoughts are together, okay? So to dwell in the 8th house means to be able to bond emotionally and deeply with people. How you deal with intimacy, how you deal with sex, how you deal with love, death, rebirth. Just, it's deep, okay? Scorpios, they get deep. You think the Cancer is a deep water sign? Cancers ain't got nothing on Scorpio. The Cancer ain't got nothing on Scorpio. Scorpio takes the cake when it comes to passion, emotion, intimacy. Scorpio takes the cake. Now, Scorpio is a fixed water sign. This is a fixed sign. But in my own opinion, and with my own experience, the Scorpio has a lot of cardinal traits. And I believe that these cardinal traits come from the planets that rule Scorpio. Scorpio is ruled by 2 planets. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. So this may be able to explain the cardinal traits that the Scorpio has, because even though this is a fixed sign, they're able to go from one extreme to the next, just like the Cancer. They're able to go from one extreme to the next, but what determines those extremes is how they deal with what's in their 8th house. That's what, to me, determines their extremes, whether they suppress what's in their 8th house or whether they face it head on. Okay, and the 8th house is usually the house that people avoid because that harbors all your dirty laundry. You know, the 8th house talks about magic. It talks about secrecy. You know, these are things that you don't openly speak about, opposed to your 7th house, which is just how you relate to people. It's more on a surface level. You understand? It's more on the surface level. But your 8th house really gets down and deep. You want to know what makes someone tick. You want to know what'll change someone's mood. You got to look in their 8th house and how they deal with that. So the Scorpio may come off as a very secretive person. Okay. And that's because they are ruled by the 8th house. So everything is personal to them. Everything is deep to them. Everything they connect with on another level. They even understand, these people, they're able to understand the different cycles of life. They handle death different. They handle everything differently. Everything is deep to them. So they may seem very secretive because they may only deal with a certain, amount of people, or these just certain people, That's a trait for the Scorpio. Now, your Scorpio could also be a little temperamental. Okay, and that just comes from their planet placements, because when you're dealing with Mars, you're dealing with, anger, war, assertion. This is how you defend yourself. This is how you protect yourself. This is how you separate yourself. And then you have Pluto that's amplifying that. And this is, you know, the planet of transformation, of regeneration. This is dealing with death and intimacy and sex and all kind of stuff. So this is just amplifying what Mars got going on. That's why I said Scorpios, y'all got a lot going on. Scorpios take the cake, okay, with the emotional depth, with the intuitiveness, with being psychic. They take the cake. They really do. And I believe that because they're fixed, they're able to deal with those challenges a little bit better than the Cancer. But the issue comes in with how they deal with whatever is in the 8th house. Okay. Now, when you have a sign that's ruled by 2 planets, they call that a conjunction. Okay. So you have Pluto, that's a higher octave, which means it amplifies whatever is going on in Mars. So that's why I said these people may be very temperamental, especially when it comes to very intimate conversations or trying to get to know them at first. May be a little hard because they're pulling from yin and yang. Okay, they're pulling from 2 different directions. That's why I said they have cardinal traits, because they're able to go from one extreme to the next, and you won't even know what really set them off. You won't really know. You know, that kind of sounds like the Cancer, doesn't it? But it's not. It's the Scorpio. And that's why the Scorpio, sometimes they get mistaked for fire signs as well, because they can come off really like snappy and fierce. Remember, we're pulling from Mars, the planet of war. So sometimes, a lot of the times, a Scorpio gets mixed up for a fire sign, but it's actually water. It's actually water. But I feel like the difference between the water signs, especially when it comes to the Cancer and the Scorpio, because they're so similar, they're so close together when it comes to similarities. I feel like the Scorpio, the emotion is coming more of a place of rage or of anger. I'm not saying these are, you know, angry people, but I think the emotional side of them is more pulling from, you know, that Mars placement, as opposed to, you know, the Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. It's just strictly, you know, raw, heartfelt emotion. You get what I'm saying? That's why one may come off as a fire sign, and the other one you just clearly know is a water sign. So, this is so good. It's peach. That's really good. So, dating a Scorpio. So, I'm going to give you guys my top 3 best signs to date a Scorpio. My top 3 only signs that I think should ever date a Scorpio would be the Cancer, because the Cancer is the closest sign to be able to understand the emotions that the Scorpio goes through. I think that the Cancer and the Scorpio would have a better emotional connection and a better emotional bond. The Cancer would be able to change with the Scorpio, because the Scorpio does have some cardinal traits, and the Cancer is a cardinal sign. So the Cancer will be able to understand the differences and the changes and the extremities of the emotions that comes from the Scorpio. But I also believe the bad side of it is, because they're so similar, sometimes they may clash. Because let's say Cancer's having a bad day and Cancer has a mood swing, and Scorpio's going through something too, and they're going through their mood swing, they're just gonna blow the hell up. The Scorpio probably go somewhere and get over it. The Cancer will probably go somewhere and cry about it. But as far as them understanding their emotional needs and how to deal with their emotions, I think the Cancer would be one of the best signs to date a Scorpio. Now, the other sign that I believe is good to date a Scorpio would be the Pisces. Now, the Pisces, also being a water sign, will understand the Scorpio's need for intimacy and will understand the emotional needs of the Scorpio. But I believe that the Pisces would be able to better recenter and refocus the Scorpio when Scorpio is going through, you know, its ups and downs, and it's, you know, caught up in emotional, you know, anger or any kind of, you know, obsessive behavior or any kind of negative behavior. I believe the Pisces would be the patient one in the relationship to be able to refocus and recenter the Scorpio. Now, the top number 1 best sign that I believe to date a Scorpio is the Virgo, the earth goddess Virgo. Now, the Virgo is a grounded sign and probably the best match for the Scorpio because they complement each other's strengths. They complement each other's weaknesses. I believe that they're the best signs to balance each other out would be the Scorpio and the Virgo. Now, the reason why I say they balance each other out is because they're interested in the same thing, but in different ways. The Virgo is more interested in the order and the organization and how things work in the relationship, opposed to the Scorpio, who's more interested in having control and power over the relationship. Now, the Virgo doesn't so much want to lead and have control and power, but the Virgo wants to make sure that in whatever situation she or he is in, it's able to organize it and able to shift it and change it to its liking. And that's fine with the Scorpio as long as the Scorpio can have full control over whatever the hell is going on, because that's what the Scorpio is about. The Scorpio is about control and power. Okay? Because it's ruled by two, very powerful planets. It's co-ruled by Pluto and Mars. I mean, come on. The Scorpio wants to be in control, honey. The Scorpio wants to be the dominant role. And the Virgo will allow it to do that. Oh, my battery's dying, but we're going to make it through this video. My battery might be dying, but we are still here. So, getting into the 8th house. Now, your 8th house is your house of intimacy. This is a house that talks about how you deal with sex, how you deal with death, how you deal with your shadow side, how you deal with passion, how you deal with changes and rebirths in your life. So, if I haven't said already, I'm going to say it again. If you're in a relationship with someone and you really want to get to know that person on a deeper level, then you should look into your 8th house placements. Okay? So, that is all I have for today for my lovely Scorpios out there. Happy birthday to all my beautiful Scorpio gods and goddesses. And if I haven't already mentioned at the beginning of the video, I'm going to mention it now. Make sure that if you're checking this out, you hit like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I post new content here on this channel. The vibe is dope. I promise. I love you guys. I will see you next time. Mwah. Take care of yourselves. Bye.